and doing things on a positive side.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good when there's some positive news among the negative news, because we know we get enough negative news around the world. So when we can find some positive things that are said in the world, that is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I was trying to find the exact article so I could give you more exact details. But, here it is, right here. It says, Google is turning some North Carolina school buses into rolling study halls. Thanks to an initiative from Google, some North Carolina students are receiving homework help from an unlikely source, their school bus. The program, called Rolling Study Halls, powers regular school buses with Wi-Fi to help students maximize their learning time, which is especially helpful for those who live in rural areas with sparse internet access. The initiative began with school buses in Caldwell County and is now expanding to 16 school districts across the country. So I was right, it is across the country. It's not just here in North Carolina. It says, I don't think any child should be left behind just because the family cannot afford the resources, said Lillian Hester, Google's head of external affairs in the Southeast U.S. region. And she founded the program. So this is a sister that founded the program. So I'm going to have to see if we can't reach out to her and see about having her on the show. It says, I'm excited I work for a company that embraces that as well and is working the pilot to something with that in mind. Hester, who lives in Durham and went to school at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte, said she got the idea for the program initially from talking with education leaders in Caldwell County about the long bus ride that gets many students home late in the day. She thought that long meant 20 minutes, so she was surprised to hear that some students are on the bus for more than an hour one way. So, I mean, if they're going to be on the bus for one way for an hour, it makes sense that they would use the Wi-Fi on the bus to actually do some of their work. So I think that's a great program, and they've got some support not just from Google but from some other partners as well. So it says as an added benefit, some of those, so they've actually even got instructors, it looks like. It says, as Pat Triplett, Executive Director of the Education Foundation, noted that success of the program in Caldwell and how it helped raise test scores. Although there were some initial problems with the Wi-Fi speed, she said the benefits outweigh the challenges overall and that the program is still in operation. This fall, they are hoping to service 4 middle schools in total. As an added benefit, Hester said, some of these instructors reported that fighting on the school bus went down drastically after the buses became equipped with Wi-Fi. So I guess the kids are probably, they're doing their homework, but they're probably also doing Snapchat and Facebook and all the other social media outlets. So apparently it has also put down a little bit of the bullying and the fighting as well because they're too busy socializing on other things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good when those kind of positive things are happening in the community as well. So it's good that they were able to find a successful initiative that was definitely able to be used on a positive side. And speaking of positive sides, did you hear where the article is moving? They're moving to the month of September, but they have already booked some amazing artists. And they have got a new person that is running the article. Yes, Cicely Mitchell and Al Strong will still be doing a lot of the programming, but this actual event will be taken over by a gentleman by the name of Solomon Mayusi, whose family runs Chain Park Amphitheater in Detroit, and who's done a lot of the African-American shows here in the Durham and Raleigh area and just the surrounding community. But he is going to be taking more of the lead role, and already he's booked some amazing acts. He's got Erykah Badu scheduled for the last week in September because that's when they moved the festival to, and that's also the weekend of Central's Homecoming. And he's also booked, I believe the group is called the Sons of Kemet, and a person that you know quite well, Nas. He's booked Nas as well. So there's already some amazing artists that have been booked for the festival, and of course they're adding new names on a regular basis, but already I'm seeing names that I know will definitely attract a large crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't had a chance, you definitely should check that out and look on their online site and see who some of these artists are, because I think that you will be quite impressed by some of the folks that they have picked to be part of their lineup this year. And, of course, they will be adding new names as we get closer and closer to September. But, already you got Erykah Badu, so that's probably going to be a sold-out show before they even get to the month of July. And July is 2 months away from September.
Nice.
Yeah. Any new words on what's going on with the Jamla crew and Rhapsody and them? It's been a minute since I've checked on what they've got going on, but I know you're in touch with them.
There's the series, the Rapture series, that's on Netflix. One of the episodes is simply Rhapsody herself. There's artists like T.I. and Nas and a couple of other artists that they have. Each artist has their own 1 hour set episode. So she has that. And other than that, is just still pushing those albums from GQ, which is E14, which is his album that's out. Rhapsody's album, of course, that was Grammy nominated. And then there'll be some other things forthcoming, but for now, a couple of members of the Soul Council have a couple of albums coming out. They'll be coming out soon. So once the promotion starts for that, those will start to get pushed as well. So keeping the music alive, man, and keeping that vibe going. Jamla's the squad, Soul Council is the foundation. So they still working hard and getting things ready to come out and make you bob your head a little bit.
Oh, y'all always make the head bob. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt that this is one of the best groups around. So y'all keep the heads bobbing, and I'm sure that whatever they come out with will keep those heads bobbing on a regular basis. And I'm sure things are going well with your business as well. So I know that we've been advertising it, so everything's been picking up on that. I'm sure you're getting lots of new clients, both through here as well as the rest of your hustle as well. So I'm sure people are learning how to get those successful TV shows and movies and whatever else they can get from you.
Yeah, pay for the box once, no monthly fees ever. We also have a Invictus TV. It's more set up more so like the television with the guide, and you're able to watch TV and sports and all of that. That is one of our subscribe services. So we have 1 and 2 year plans. If they're interested in it, just contact on Facebook, Dean13 Media, or by email at dean13media@gmail.com. Phone number 609-807-1175. So those are things, just trying to make some things happen, man, and try to help people save a couple of dollars, because you figure for what you pay for a year subscription, that's a month of a cable bill. So you figure buy 1 month, get 11 months free, which is not a bad deal.
That's not a bad deal at all. Not a bad deal at all.
No, not at all. And then there's something else being worked on that hasn't come out yet, so can't really speak on it, but they're looking at something that's even better than that, So we constantly look to improve and try to make things better.
Make things a lot better and make sure that people get the best that they can with what they've got. So I'm sure that things will continue to improve for your business. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but I know you mentioned the fact that we had one of the other countries in Africa, I believe it was Zambia, but I was actually looking and I realized we have the most populous country on our list. Yes, we have listeners in China.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do have those, and we keep growing, and we keep adding new countries, new states. So to all of our listeners, not only in these United States but worldwide, we at the Voice of the People appreciate you, and we thank you for supporting us and for continuing to support us, because that's something that without you, we don't exist. So
exactly.
We definitely appreciate it.
So there's no doubt we appreciate everything that they do. They keep us definitely grounded and doing and I even have people who come by and tell me about being on the show. I saw Zaid, and he was still talking about the show that he was on about 2 weeks ago and saying, hey, when can I come back on? So we're going to reach out to him. So definitely some of these folks that have been on the show are already trying to figure out ways to get back on the show. So we definitely appreciate all of our listeners as well as our guests. And we've got a great guest next week. I was hoping that Jasme Kelly, the singer, would be here, but somehow it appeared on me. But we'll find out what that was all about. We've got a very great activist here in the area, Sebring, and she's going to be talking about what she's been doing with Song, which is one of her organizations, as well as some of the with reproductive justice. And she's just definitely a very adamant activist here in the area, a mother of several, but still an activist. And there's, she juggles a lot of things. So she juggles motherhood as well as activism for a variety of causes, because she's an activist within Black Lives Matter, an activist within the LGBT community, and just a general activist here in the community. So we're definitely looking forward to hearing what she's got to say, because she's been in the game for a minute. I want to say she's not quite I'm not sure exactly what her age is, but I know she's definitely been in the game for a minute, and she has some folks in her family tree that are grown-ups themselves. So we know that she's been doing stuff for a while, and are looking forward to hearing what some of the latest causes are, as well as some of what she's going to be doing in the near future, because I've never known her to just rest on her laurels. She's always got things going on, and she was actually just honored by the Durham Human Relations Commission this past weekend. So not the weekend that we just came out of, but the weekend before. So I'm sure that she'll be talking about what it felt like to be honored by that organization here in the city of Durham. But she's been doing her work throughout the country, because she doesn't just do it here, but she speaks throughout the country. So we're definitely looking forward to hearing what she's got to say. So definitely keep that in mind and keep the radio locked in to hear what she's got to say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No doubt. Well, we're going to try one more thing, and then if that doesn't work, we're going to do maybe one other quick roundup, and it might be an abbreviated show. But if you have on some Rhapsody or something like that, I have just found, because my Facebook was acting crazy, but it's now acting like it wants to act right. So I'm going to send out a message. So if you want to put on some music, I'm going to reach out to Miss Kelly one last time. So if you want to put on some music for about 3 or 4 minutes, we'll see if this method works. Oh, nope, Jasmine's waving at me. So let's see if she's actually in to communicate with. Because I'm getting away from her on Facebook.
Okay. So you're waiting to see if she calls in. We got about 40 minutes left in the show. So she has enough time to come in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you'll put on some music, and I'll see if I can't get rid of this slight cough that's trying to come on, and also we can't reach Jasmine. So if you'll put on maybe about 5 minutes of music, and then we'll see if we can't find out what's going on with Miss Kelly.
Okay. Here we go.